Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I'm back. Justice Watchag is here. I wanted to take a step back in time and kind of review this airplane that was shot down over Ukraine back in, I think it was 2015. Don't get me to line, 2014, excuse me. It was Malaysian Airlines Flight 17. And remember, I think like after that, there was a bunch of different planes that disappeared. They were like Malaysian airline planes. And it was big news when it was happening. Now, this plane, Malaysian Airlines Flight 17, left from Amsterdam and was en route to Kuala Lumpur. And it was shot down by Russian backed separatists in Ukraine, I think in the Donbass region. And they shot it down with a surface to air missile. And it was news at the time. Since then, in an international court, the people involved have been convicted in absentia. And I read one of those articles. I don't want to say wrong facts or anything like that. But I wanted to look at this because with all the news and everything going on today, we have to remember that this regime that our government, the Trump regime, is supporting, shot down a plane, or the people that they supported, shot down a plane with hundreds of innocent people. Most of them were Dutch citizens. They were from the Netherlands. And they lost their lives in this horrific fashion for nothing. They shouldn't have even been shooting planes. This is the carnage that happened, and these are gruesome images. And I wanted the world to just not forget that. And justice hasn't been served, by the way, for these people. It's just absolutely outrageous that a passenger plane, not a threat to any government or to anyone, was shot down in such a way. Now, before this plane got shot down, some Ukraine military planes had been shot down like the week prior. But I just wanted to, let me look at the news stories. The Kremlin has never taken responsibility for this, too, by the way. Let's just pick a Guardian, just pick a random news story to look at. Not to say that you can believe everything that's in these news stories, but we do MH17 strong, because we know we get fed propaganda and all that too. But the bottom line is a plane got shot out the sky. It was a civilian plane and everybody died, and it was a missile. It was a surface to air missile. There's no way these separatists got these heavy duty weaponry. They didn't get it from the United States government. They didn't get it from the Arabs, and they didn't get it from China. They got it from Russia, who is the one that has the interest of taking that land in that area. So let's look at what this article says. There are strong indications the Russian President Vladimir Putin personally signed off on a decision to supply the missile that downed flight MH17 in 2014, a team of international investigators has said. It was a Boeing 777, was flying over eastern Ukraine when it was shot down by a Russian-made surface-to-air missile in 2014, killing all 298 people on board. This is like over 10 years ago now. And this is the regime our government supports. Just let that sink in. Absolutely outrageous. I wanted to show you the article that was there's an article in here that's about the court case, the international court case. Let me type that in. I'm typing it in. I'm sorry that I don't have these scripted. It's just me talking and wanting justice in the world for victims of violence and crime and injustice and things. And let's see what comes up. Let's keep going. It was like a recent article too. That's what set me off to wanting to look into this. But I don't see it now. Let me see. The Court of Human Rights and Flight MH17. Let me see what date this is. Oh, this is relatively recent, last summer. The hearing will take place in Strasbourg. The hearing is the next step toward achieving justice. Okay, will give judgment on the responsibility the Russian Federation bears for the deaths of all persons on board MH Flight 17 and for the suffering that the next of kin have experienced and continue to experience as a result of the Russian Federation's actions. It will likely be another year before judgment is handed down. I thought I read something about judgment, but I don't see it right now. Of course, I don't have it ready. But you can keep also looking and searching too. I'll come up with another video. I'm going to make a part two so that we can get to the bottom of this. The world is upside down right now. Oh, this is more when it happened. There was a court case I saw, an international court case recently, where they had convicted the Russian-backed separatists or Russian military people in absentia. But I don't see it now. This is just something about the FAA. I was going to look and don't be surprised, by the way. I'm not wanting this. I'm not wishing evil things. But don't be surprised if you don't see more stuff like that happening. We're on the edge of war, and they're shooting planes down. These regimes don't care about innocent civilians and killing people. What we need to do is work together and fight for justice. Put our differences aside so that we can live and thrive on this earth. It's not their world. It doesn't belong to billionaires and psychopaths. You wouldn't let a pedophile run the school, just so you don't let a psychopath run your government. It's outrageous. Listen to me. I'm telling the truth. I'm being honest. Unlike your leadership. 298 people got killed. They haven't received justice yet. Let that sink in. That was in 2014. Think about all the time that you've been on this earth since 2014 in the summer. Somebody got on a plane. They flew a few hours across Europe and got shot down by a missile, and they're dead. Their families are torn up. And the government that supplied the missile is not taking responsibility. And our government supports them. Think about that for a minute. Have a good day, everybody. Be safe. Peace.